Hey guys, here we're taking a look at a new 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. And this one comes in the RST Z71 trim level in the beautiful radiant red tint coat. And then this one has jet black leather interior. And then our powertrain is going to consist of a 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine made into 10-speed automatic transmission. So as we come around to the front here, I really like the RSTs because you get that full body color front fascia there, and then you just have gloss black here and then a little plastic where the vents are, but a really nice look overall. And I love how the gloss black down there matches the grille, and then you have the black emblem here. It's really probably my top 3 favorite front fascias on the Silverado. Probably number 2 for me at least, compared to the High Country. I just like it a little better. But we get LED headlamps along with LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights. And as we come down to the wheels here, these are going to be 18-inch aluminum. And we get passive keyless entry on the front 2 doors. Here we have the controls for the power door locks, power windows, power mirrors, rear window lock here, and then we have one-touch auto up and down for the driver's side. And I really like how we get a pretty sophisticated look here. We have this kind of faux trim here, and then we even get the Bose sound system in this one too. And I'll show you why this is an interesting kind of take here. Tons of space, 2 cup holders, because this truck is not cheap. And there we have our driver's seat, power with power lumbar support. And we're just gonna take a quick look at the leg room back here, which shouldn't be any surprises here. And there's not tons of leg room, of course, me being 6'3" and having the seat in front of me adjusted for someone of my size. And that's one of the best things about trucks. They're so huge that you don't really have to compromise your leg space. And then there we have a USB-C, USB-A charging port, and then our rear AC vents. Then cup holders there. And then in the center seat, more cup holders. You could hoard quite a few Starbucks cups back here. And I like that we have the clothes hangers on the back, and then we have grab bars here. And they're also in the front as well. But next, let's go ahead and take a look at this window sticker. So tons of standard features that we get. And that driver's seat, that's actually going to be 10-way power there, which is nice. But as you can see, this is where we start to get all of our options, which I think is actually a really good way to build this truck. Z71 package, convenience package 2, and then of course for the front bucket seats, we get that Bose sound system and everything. You're looking at $63,290. And then another big one's that leather package, which I highly recommend. But this radiant red just looks really, really good. Here we have our LED tail lights, dual exhaust. And this red is growing on me more and more. Just a really, really nice look. We have a 3-prong 120 volt, 400 watt max household plug-in there. I love how easily that shuts. It's just really quiet. and you don't have to slam it. It's very easy to use. And then here we have our front passenger seat, which we can control the seat back, or we can pull the seat bottom back and forth. But yeah, this radiant red just looks really, really nice on this truck. And it shines really, really well when it's clean. And there's that 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine, which is mostly covered up. Yeah, I'm getting mesmerized by this red, I really am. It's just a beautiful color. Let's hop in the driver's seat here. So, always nice to get a heated leather wrap steering wheel. So, of course, you're gonna need the retrofit for the wheel here. But onto the new system that came in 22 with the new interior, we do get this big, I think it's like a 12.3 inch screen or 13.4, one of those numbers. I've said in my other reviews, but the Google Assistant screen, AM, FM, XM radio along with Bluetooth audio. Then we have our Google Maps, which is a big one here. Really like that. It's just so intuitive and so easy to move. And of course we can type in shortcuts or whatever if we want to go to somewhere quickly. And then we also get wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. There's our backup camera with guidelines there. And we have a trailer hitch view too if you want to use that. And then we have dual zone automatic climate controls, which we can control from the screen up here, or we can control with the buttons and knobs below. But I actually really like this screen because it's very quick on its feet. And I've said this before in plenty of other reviews of the new system. And then we also have our trailering profiles. We can set up either a new trailer, a guest trailer, or if you have an accessory or something, and it'll kind of run you through your checklist and all of that. But our buttons down here, we have our lane keep assist, auto stop. We can of course toggle that tailgate, hazards, traction control, and then our hill descent. And then here are our buttons and knobs along with 3-stage heated seats, which also will need to be retrofitted. Then we have a USB-C and USB-A port there. Trailer brake controller. And then for our shifter, you just hold the button on the side, pull down for drive, tap for low, pull up for neutral, and then hit the button, pull all the way up for reverse, press P for park. Big storage pocket there, little storage here and here, and then cup holders here. Now for the center console cubby space, I love having the wireless charging pad there. We get a USB-C, USB-A input, another 3-prong household plug-in up front here, and then a removable tray to expose that big space there. And then here we have our universal home remote controls, dome lights, and then we also have our power rear window. And we can adjust that. And then we get 2 glove compartments. We have the top pocket here, fit smaller objects. And then we have the traditional lockable glove compartment right here. Then owner's manuals are in there as well. Now to the left side of the steering wheel, we have our cruise controls, forward collision alert, gap adjust. Then to the right side, we have our voice recognition, and then this serves as a mute as well. And then when it's not in transport mode, we can go through our all digital gauge cluster using these arrows, or the scroll bar and these arrows here. And then track list or radio station favorites are behind the steering wheel on the left side. And volume controls are behind the steering wheel on the right side. And we also have the option of these paddle shifters. And there's our push button start. And finally, here's our key fob with remote start. But next we're gonna go ahead and take this 2023 Silverado 1500 RST out on the road for a quick test drive. So I want to mention something before I forget. The truck was in transport mode, and that's why the heated seats and heated steering wheel wouldn't work. I thought it was because there was a chip shortage still, but I guess that's only happening on specific vehicles, but not on the Silverados right now. So I apologize for that. And I actually did learn how to, I had to Google it or look it up on YouTube, but I did learn how to get vehicles out of transport mode from Chevrolet now, so. Now, of course, with the off-road package, you're gonna hear the tires just a little bit more, and the ride is just gonna be a tad rougher compared to having your 18-inch wheels and tires that aren't for a Z71. But these still ride really well. And wind noise is minimal. Just going through all the info pages here. And then of course, if you want to mess with those settings, you can go to info page options and then turn on, like I like to keep my fuel economy on, but you can turn the engine hours on, transmission fluid on. So fully customizable there. That's my favorite view. But the leather package definitely makes the seats a bit more comfortable. And having them heated also helps. It's pretty mild out today, so I don't need them, but my hands tend to get cold more easily than the rest of my body, so it's nice to still have the heated steering wheel even when you might not need the heated seats. And there's the auto stop that came on. Now, all in all, I do like how the truck drives, and the Z71 package, for most people, probably will not bother them in terms of the ride quality, but there is a difference. But for everyday driving, really, this is still a pretty solid option. Most of the Silverados are. I haven't driven the ZR2 yet. That'll probably be a little more rough in terms of driving dynamics and just everyday usage, but this RST, even with the Z71 package, I could definitely drive my commute with little issue. I'm gonna test out these paddle shifters. Now, downshifts are relatively quick. Upshifts are kind of like suggestions. It's not fast at all. You have to let your foot off and kind of let it shift by itself, but it's a low gear, so it's not meant to be a sport mode. But speaking of which, I'm going to try it in sport mode and see if that makes a difference. Put it in a low mode. Now, upshifts are still pretty slow comparatively, but it does tend to want to rev higher in lower gears in the sport mode. And this left knob, I don't know if I went into that, you can adjust that just by turning it either left or right for the 3 drive modes you have, which are going to be normal, sport, and off-road. And then you can hit the button down below on the second half of the knob, or bottom half of the knob, and you can get off-road mode, or tow haul mode, excuse me. But all in all, I would definitely option my RST the way this one is. Have the Z71 package, the radiant red, and then on top of that, just having the leather package. Just a really good build here. And this will bring me to the end of my review of the new 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 RST.